Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. A little chilly this morning, but a really nice clear sky, lots of sun, so that's good. Supposed to be warming up here in the next few days, this next week, in the 50s, maybe 60s. So it's just the roller coaster I tell you about all the time. If you want to move to the Ozarks, be prepared, weather changes moment by moment. You never know what you're going to get. It's just a mixed bag of weather. I want to mention to you this hoodie, zip up hoodie jacket that I wear. They've got more of these back in stock there at Sanctified Supply Co. It has Revelation 18:4 on the back of it. It's very nice. I really like this one. I mean, I've got a few of these, and this one has become my favorite. My wife and I both have them. It's just thick enough. Sometimes they're too thin to make much of a difference. Sometimes they're so thick, they're bulky when you're just wanting a light jacket that has a little bit of warmth, a little bit of wind blockage. This one is that. It's nice and soft. So anyway, Sanctified Supply Company. I'll have a link down in the description below if you want to go over there and see if they have some left. There's not very many. These are very limited. They did a limited run originally, and now they're doing another one. So if you want one, you probably should hurry up and get it. So, well, let's talk a couple of things in the news. There was Yemen did some strikes against Israel again, Tel Aviv. And according to the video evidence and what people are saying, some of those ballistic missiles made it through. Their technology seems to be above what Israel was used to with Hamas and maybe even Hezbollah. But they did get some successful strikes, one or two or so in Israel. They're saying that, depending on the news report, some people are hurt, some people are killed. It's hard to really tell. But since then, the United States and Britain has turned around and started striking back at Yemen for that. So they've been doing some bombardment there in Yemen, and of course there's also video footage of that. The news yesterday came out that apparently, this is one of the official stories, that apparently in all of those strikes, the United States shot down one of our own planes, an F-18 Super Hornet. Was shot down. According to what I'm reading, they thought it was an incoming missile when it was actually one of our own planes coming into one of the ships there in the Red Sea, and they shot it down. Thankfully, both pilots were able to eject, so there was some minor injuries there, but they're alive. Now, the Yemen is claiming, the Houthis are claiming that they shot it down. I don't necessarily believe that, but I mean, it's within the possibility of truth. There's so much stuff going on over there. It's all just escalating. It's escalating up in Russia and Ukraine too. There's still constant back and forth bombardments. The reports are now that Russia is now using kamikaze drones in Kiev, striking targets there. So that's all building up. The whole psyop here in the United States is continuing to grow. I think that some people, maybe, I'm just trying to make an educated guess, an assumption. Sometimes that's dangerous to do. That because of the week that it is, we're going into the end of the year. It's Christmas week for so many people in the country that they're probably not paying too much attention to the news. They're focused on traveling and seeing family and all that kind of stuff, the holiday stuff that goes on. So there may be less of an attention on what's going on, and that's part of the psyop, because what is potential because of that? We've had this psyop of drones, of potential terrorist attacks, all this stuff that's kind of been on most people's mind for a while. And then now, if everyone kind of turns their attention to Christmas, does that mean that there's a possibility for some type of false flag? In fact, Zero Hedge ran an article talking about just that with all this stuff that's building up just before the inauguration, and then everyone's attention kind of turns away from it for a few days because of Christmas, Does that mean that we're vulnerable there, during that time, because the strike or the false flag would happen when we least expected? There was an attack in Germany and at a Christmas festival type of thing. Multiple people were injured and killed. So it's like there's almost already a precedent for something to potentially happen during this time of the year. So I'm not saying that it will. I'm not saying that I believe that it will. I'm saying that I think that there's an increased possibility. Is it only 5-10% increased possibility? That's actually quite significant if it was only that amount. I would definitely be paying attention to that. The government is not going to shut down, at least not now. They passed a stopgap spending bill. I know that excites everyone, because heaven forbid the government shut down. I mean, I'm personally, I'd be okay if they just closed the doors, locked it, and threw away the key and all went home. I mean, that would just suit me fine. And I know that saying that, oh, you don't realize the amount of problems that would bring. I do realize. And I call me a cynic, I don't care. I'm at the point now that I think the best thing for this nation is to let it crash and burn and rebuild it. I know that that's dangerous, but I don't think we can keep reforming and rebuilding and remodeling a completely broken system. That's been my biggest thing with Trump. And it's not anything personal with him. It's just this idea that the right guy can get into office and fix anything. I don't care who the guy is. I don't care if Trump is the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's not even about him so much. It's the system is so broken. This belief that one person is going to get in there and fix everything is, I think, ridiculous. I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, can you make some improvements along the way? Sure, but you're just dragging out the process. It's kind of like the old saying during the Revolutionary War. If war is to come, I would rather it come in my time, so that I will fight that war and not push it off and let it come later so that my children will fight. That's where I've been for years. If it's going to happen, let it happen now. Let it happen now. There's still enough of old folks my age and older that's still capable, that has a knowledge, that has the skills, the willingness, the grit to do it. Let it happen now, so that my children, my grandchildren don't have to deal with it. That's my take on it. You can call me whatever name you want. Trust me, it wouldn't be the first time. So when some of you think that I think that Trump is awful, no, I don't. I don't think that he has the capability, the knowledge, the whatever it is, because I don't think anyone does. I don't think anyone can fix the system. And I think we're just, all it does is it gives us this false sense of security. And everyone just kind of sits back and okay, well, we don't have to really be proactive and do anything because Trump's in office, and it doesn't get better. It's just the worsening slows down, right? It just slows down a little bit, and then when he's out of office and the next guy gets in, it picks back up again. And like, oh, but we've lost ground every time. Every time we've lost ground, and so I just, it sickens me. Shut it down. Let it go away. And deal with the consequences and rebuild. That's my opinion. But hey, need to get ready though, seriously, because it may not happen the way I just described it, but I think that there is a reckoning coming. I think it's all part of the globalist plans. I've explained this to you extensively in many, many, many videos. They're waiting for the right moment. Whatever that moment is, I don't know, you don't know. But they're waiting for the right moment to kind of pull that rug out from under everything, so everything really starts to snowball. And it's getting to that point because it's getting worse at a faster pace. Okay, more and more things are happening at a regular pace. than they were a year or two, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years ago. So it's kind of coming to a point. And when it gets to that point, whatever that point is, then it all comes apart and they come rushing in. It's not the patriots that come rushing in. They come rushing in with the new solution, right? Oh, this far left, crazy, sinful, demonic stuff is bad. Well, here we have this peace, this goodness, this morality, right? Oh, the economy and the dollar is collapsing and your money's not worth. Oh, we've got this crypto and it'll fix that. Oh, you know, all the religions, they're killing each other and blowing each other up. We've got this new religion, right? They've even got a temple built in the Middle East for Catholicism and Islam and Judaism, where they all come together. They've already got it. All of this. You're unhealthy? Well, here, take this shot and it'll cure everything, right? You don't have any money, you're broke, that's all right. Give it all up to the government. You won't own anything, but you'll be happy. I mean, there's a theme here, folks, when you really start digging into it. Pay attention. Keep getting your houses in order. Keep preparing. Get as self-sufficient as possible. That's really the key. You can only stock up on so much stuff. Yes, you should. You should have a food supply and a medical supply and all these other things. But at the end of the day, what you need to be focusing on is becoming as self-sufficient as possible. Reducing your need for anything outside. You're not going to fix everything. You're not going to make everything. You're not going to produce everything. But produce the things that you need to survive. And then hopefully you can make connections with people around you. That's where the community comes in. And you can work with them because maybe they're making and producing things that you can't. And then that's how communities work. Probably should be doing that because it's coming at some point. At some point, it's gonna. We can't keep going down this path forever like this. At some point, it does have to start to fall apart. And we have to be ready for that. Get your houses in order. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.